Hello, hello. Hey, take a look at my tractor. That's my new toolbox I put on the back of it. I'm currently working on, you guessed it, counterweight. Let's see here. Let's flip you around. There we go. So, after using this tractor for a while, I have come to the realization that even though I do have loaded tires on it, that I will need some more weight. So I am going to do myself and my tractor, excuse me, just had some Budweiser, the favor and make a cement counterweight for it. And the way that I am doing that is the way that pretty much I've seen on YouTube already. And that I am going to attempt my own, I'm going to try to do it myself here, in my own way on what works best for my tractor. It is a CX2510, lifting capacity of the 3-point hitch, 24 inches back, I believe, something like 1,600 pounds, something like that. I'm looking at trying to fill this barrel with cement. It's here. And as you can see, I got some areas marked out. I'm going to try to fill it up with cement. Depending on where I'm going to mark it at and fill it up at, it's probably going to be around 700 to 800 pounds. Depending on where exactly I cut the barrel and how much I actually put in for cement. And the reason why I go ahead and reason why I say it like that is I'm not exactly too sure where I'm going to be placing this yet. I haven't actually picked up the cement yet either. I've got the steel and I'm trying to mock up and do some mock-ups on where I'm going to put it, what I'm going to attach with it. Am I going to do any extra things on it? Like I'm going to put this 2-inch receiver through the back side of it so that I can at least tow something while I still have the weight on. More or less like maybe attaching a winch in case I get my fat ass stuck again. Anyways, pretty much all of this stuff I ended up picking up from Tractor Supply, from a couple different Tractor Supply stores, just because they were convenient to go to at the time. And everything that I've picked up, it's cost me a decent amount of money. I'll admit that. It's not cheap, especially now, with the price of everything increasing. This stuff wasn't cheap. I think so far I'm into it about 300, maybe a little bit less than 300. And that was just because that's also including stuff that I got that it isn't for this project as well. But I'm not itemizing everything. So, but at Tractor Supply, I think for the past couple trips, I've spent about $300 getting the steel for this project, as well as getting some stuff for another project I'm going to be working on as well. And that's also going to be dealing with this steel grating right here. I'm going to be welding that to the grill guard to work as a branch stop, because I have a few times already almost sent branches through my grill and or headlights. So pretty much at the moment here, I am just trying to figure out, I've got 3 locations here of where the drawbar is going to be, roughly. And the reason why I've got the 3 locations here is I'm trying to figure out exactly what is the best location for my tractor. I am more or less, I'm going to end up probably choosing this middle group, where it means I'm going to end up cutting this top half. Yeah, you can see it right there. I'll be cutting probably about the top 4.5 inches off. And the reason why I'm keeping this, and you see the number 18 on here, and I'm keeping this like that, is because I want to keep the 18-inch height from the top of the drop bar to the top link that I've got on my other implements. Well, basically one implement. I've only got a York rake. But I figured that was a good standard to go ahead and use, is from the top of the drawbar to where the top link will bolt into. That's 18 inches. I'm just, well, might as well just keep with that. Not to mention, if I went ahead and somehow managed to get an extended top link to go into the barrel, notch the barrel out for an extended top link of some sort, to be able to, you know, move everything around, seemed to be more of a hassle than what I need. Not to mention, completely filling this barrel would give me like, well, probably over 1,000 pounds, including the weight of the steel that I'm going to be putting into it. Probably going to be easily over 1,000 pounds of weight, and I don't think I need that much counterweight in the back. If I'm going to need something more for counterweight in the back, I could always add something to this at a later date with drilling into the cement anchors and adding something else to it. So pretty much, now that I'm going to choose this center one. So I'm going to have my pins, the drawbar, go through this bottom ring here. And now it's just a case of, do I want to put the drawbar directly through the middle of the barrel, or do I want to offset it a little bit? That way, that guarantees me some, you know, easier hookups to the 3-point system. And I believe I'm going to have it slightly off-centered. And the reason for that, like I said, I believe it's going to end up at least assisting me a little bit more on doing the hookup. So I'm going to have to cut this out. I don't have a oscillating tool, so I'm going to have to do it the old smoky way of grinding wheel, or cut-off wheel, and unless, no, you know what, I've got something that might work. We'll have to see. So I've got the drawbar. Let's go over here. I've got the drawbar I'm going to use. Also picked that up at Tractor Supply. The drawbars are going up in prices now. These ones are about 40 bucks a piece now, maybe 37 or 38. They're just straight up Category 1 drawbars. I thought this one was it too, but I just grabbed it in a hurry. But that was a Cat 01, meaning it's Category 0 drawbar, but it is Category 1 pins, and it is way too short lengthwise to be able to do what I wanted it to do. So I'm going to go return that later and get my money back for that one and just exchange it for another drawbar. So that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to position that somewhere along this barrel, slightly off-centered, so that we can go through and I can go through and have it hooked up like that. For the top links, to mount the top link, I was thinking about getting that $25 bracket for the quick hitches. I can only find them through one person online, or one company online. But I saw these stabilizer arms as well at Tractor Supply. So what I'm I'm going to end up doing is cutting this one. Well, I bought an extra one just in case, but I'll be cutting one stabilizer bar. Because they are, what are they? About 33.5 inches long. I'll go ahead and I'll cut one stabilizer bar in half. And I'm going to use that hole here and hole here will be mounted up to the top link. These are just going to be extra now. It's going to be mounted up to the top link where I'm going to weld some angle iron. After I cut this part, I'm going to weld some angle iron, and I'm going to weld this to the drawbar after I get the hole cut through there. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and do some more mock-up. Try to figure out, I'm losing my balance here. Do some more mock-up. Try to figure out the best way for me to go ahead and cut this barrel to at least get the drawbar put in it and figure out exactly how I'm going to do this. Because like I said, I've never done it before, so it's all new to me. Luckily, the only thing I didn't have to buy was the blue barrels because I had a couple of these laying around the house. And yeah, might as well use it since I'm not using them for anything else. So I will be back in a little bit with a better game plan, I hope. We'll see what another beer happens. Hello again, I'm back. This is the other side of the barrel. I miscut a pilot hole. But whatever. I'll show you the other side and what I did. So I got my hole cut. Go ahead and fit the drawbar. I've got the other side cut now. The reason why the other side to cut now, but the reason why there's a hole there that's completely out of place is because I did a blind. Okay, so back to what I was saying. Yeah, because I was stupid and I did a blind drill through the inside out to roughly mark the area on where I wanted to bring it. Since I'm not drilling through the direct center of the barrel, I decided that I'm going to offset it. And that'll also give me some good spacing to be able to put this hitch in, and it'll give me an excuse to play with the welder so I can tie everything together. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and clean out this hole. I don't have like I could use a file to clean it up afterwards, but I don't have like a actual, oscillating tool to be able to neatly get in there, so I'm just using a bunch of different step drills. Hey, I mean, if it gets the job done, it gets the job done. Let's see if I can turn that this way. Turn you that way a little bit. Oh, just because experience from the other side. Let me go ahead and put my safety glasses on. Safety first. So what I'm going to do is drill through the corners. Since those corners are done, go ahead and take care of the rest. Look at that. And then we'll bring out the big one. part's done, let me switch step drills to a non-tapered version. I'm going to clean up the area as best as I can with the non-stepped step drill, I guess. Okay. All right, now that that's done, it's cleaned out. We'll go ahead and turn the camera around. And you'll see, and there are the holes. Now, I do feel obligated to say that, because I know some people are going to yell at me, yes, you should never actually put sideways strain on drill bits. I overall wasn't too worried about it based on the fact of I'm only cutting plastic. Shaving down some plastic. If it was metal, I don't know if I would want to go ahead and do that with the metal ones. With metal. But, with that being said, we've got one more hole that we're going to have to do. But, we need to get the bar placed first. And then we can look inside the barrel, see what we can do about positioning of brackets, because we are still, yes, I know I keep saying we because you guys are watching me, but at least I'm not talking to myself. So, otherwise I'd be just talking to myself, so I might as well just talk to you guys. But I'm going to take cutoff wheels and either notch this and bend it, and then tack it back into place after I bend it, or just cut it straight in half. I haven't quite figured that out yet. We'll figure it out once I look inside. So for now, let's go ahead and I'm gonna grab the drawbar off the tractor, and we go ahead and snake this through. See if I can do this. One-handed. Can I do it one-handed, or can I grab it with my fingers? Oh, okay, that's there. Come on. Come on. Come on. Here's the good drawbar. There we go. Awesome. Sorry, I thought I heard noises. Probably my stomach. All right, let's take a look here. All right, as you can see, sticks through on that side, sticks through on that side. That's basically about even. So what I'm going to do to fill in the gaps afterwards is either a little bit of JB Weld, or I got plenty of expanding foam. I'll just duct tape it, or, I mean, you know what, duct tape will probably work too. Because I got to seal the barrel since I've got about 8 holes in the bottom of the barrel as well. Now let's go ahead and pull this barrel down. We'll bring it over to the tractor. Yeah, okay, that should work. Let's see. Take a look down. So, there it is. Okay, it doesn't look too bad. So now let's go ahead and get it over towards the tractor. There. And see how it looks. Alright. So this is going to be, alright, this is at setting number 7, so I'm not quite maxed out in height yet. Now mind you, about this much of the barrel is also going to get cut off. You know what I should do? I got another one of these. I should make this like a tilting trash can or a tilting fill bucket, where I just go ahead and have the top link holding it, put stuff or whatever I need to put inside of there, just lift it up with a 3-point and have it dump out. Like an automatic dumping bucket. I would just have to place the drawbar lower so that the bottom of the barrel can clear the inside of the lift arms. So anyways, kind of what I'm sort of thinking here is take at least one of these, cut it in half, going to alright. I'm surprised that actually stayed. Let me turn this around. And so I'm looking at taking one of those stabilizer bars, cutting it in half to sandwich the top link. And that's pretty much almost a height. Because as you can see, I'm going to be cutting it there. And actually, with the way those bars are now, I just could use those bars just like that. Just tack them into place. And that could actually work for the top half, for the top link. I don't know. We'll see. We'll find out. Let me do some brainstorming and I'll be right back. Good morning, guys. Mother's Day weekend. It's Saturday, so it's not quite Mother's Day yet. I'm going to be continuing working on this project on making the counterweight for the tractor. Next week I'll pick up the cement. Since I do not have time today to go get the cement before the store closes. And we've got guests coming over for the weekend. But at the moment, I am around watching the feeders. Taking a look at that group of toms. They've never been over here before, so they have no idea that there's actually food up here where the bird feeders are at. Which is kind of fun by me. And I'm watching the bird feeders. Got the goldfinches, chickadees. Now and then a pair of cardinals will show up. I got some brown-headed cowbirds that show up. So that's currently what I'm watching in my backyard. Aside from that, I just had a soda. There it is. I was trying to pick up my mess of an area a little bit. Looking for my cutting wheels. Here's that going on. I think this is where we left off yesterday. I have these steel bars marked where I'm going to cut them. Because I couldn't find my soapstone yesterday, I ended up using a automatic punch just to mark where I'm going to be putting the 18-inch mark at to cut them, so I can weld them to the bracket. Then I'm going to notch the barrel so that the top link will go ahead and drop down to the 18-inch mark. Afterwards, what am I going to do? Take some angle iron. Going to take the hitch receiver, tie that into the barrel somehow, and we will go ahead and get everything tied. Ooh, crap, sorry. Get everything tied together. Aside from that, okay, now the group of toms is coming up here. They're slowly making their way up. But I just lost my train of thought. Yeah, no, last night I ended up trying to dial in the settings on my little auto arc welder. Tractor Supply welder, auto arc Toolmate 100 flux core. Trying to go ahead and get the best weld I can get out of it. Because I was considering getting a stick welder. But then I go ahead and realize that it's just, I don't have enough electrical power supply in my garage to do that. I got too many things tied into too little circuits. But I have a generator I don't use for really anything. Ah, there's the cardinal. Come here. There you are. Yeah. Never used to have cardinals here. My dad always wanted cardinals here. And then in 2017, my dad passed away due to prostate cancer. And it was just... And it's a rat. Son of a bitch. Anyways, back to the heartfelt story. After my dad passed away, that's when we started getting cardinals. And I'm going to have to take care of that. I got to get some crap out there for the rats. Luckily, they're just living underneath the deck. They haven't made their way into the house. Anywho, yeah, so now we have cardinals. So that's a sign from Dad saying hi, and he brought the cardinals to. Anywho, that's pretty much what my plan's going to be at the moment. We're going to get the cutoff wheel on my angle grinder. I'm going to cut these bars down to length. We're going to notch the barrel and then position these things and tack weld them into place and then put a nice bead on them. Now that I have the time, and I spent until 1 a.m. last night dialing in the settings on the welder to use with my generator, and it works so much better. So that's it, and yeah, stay tuned. All right. Now that I had some things to take care of, some guests came by the house. I picked up some rat poison for that rat we saw earlier. Much as I hate killing animals, no offense against the rat, I really don't want rats in my house. So it's great at staying outside for now underneath the deck, but that's where it's going to die. So what's going on here is I'm cutting the braces for the top link. I cut one already, show you. I cut one in half already. That one, I'll make plans for that piece of metal afterwards. I've got the other one set up here. So I'm gonna cut right along on this line here, along those dots. That way, yeah, you guys know what I'm trying to say. Anyways, try not to, let's see if we can I do this and have you guys actually see at the same time, or no? Probably not. It's too much of an angle. And you can't really see what's going on there. Alright, well that might work. Let's go ahead and get the cut. I'm using just your basic cutoff wheel. I believe it's a Forney cutoff wheel on my Porta cable, again from Tractor Supply, angle grinder. How did I know that was going to happen? Awesome. So at least now that's worked. I'm going to change wheels. Change wheels and put a grinding wheel on there. Clean it up some. Cut off this, cut off this, cut off this. There it is. Oops. I dropped you again. I'm sorry. Now I'm covering up the camera. Maybe that'll work. Now that's done. Got the ends cleaned up, paint taken off. It should be just barely shy of 18 inches long. So like I said, I want to keep the 18-inch limits. Keep the 18-inch length. That way I don't have to constantly change my top link size, since I've only got two things I'm putting on the back of my tractor for right now. It's going to be this weight and a York rake. I don't have anything else. Alright, so now that this is in play and all set to go, I also had to go pick up some magnets, just for the fact of I can't remember what the hell happened to my old set. So I had to pick up some magnets. But now I have to get the right positioning for here. And for me to go ahead and do that, I'm going to have to put the barrel back on the 3-point hitch, mark the barrel where I need to cut it. That way I can notch the barrel out. And after I notch the barrel out, then I can go ahead and position what's going to become my top link bracket. So for me to get this set up, I'm going to go ahead and try to find a prop for you guys so you can watch me. And yeah, it's going to be it. Centered. Okay. center hole. Oh, so he's trying to get everything lined up out evenly. We got 2 inches of bar exposed on that side, 1.5 inches on that side. Okay. 1 3/4. 1 3/4. Beautiful. Oh, I really wish I remembered my belt. Oh, let's take these off for now too. Alright, so now we got that centered. I'm going to take the Sharpie. I'm going to drop the top link down. Make sure the top link is dead center. It's right along the mark for the drawbar. And I'll give myself a little bit of space. All right, that should, excuse me, that should be it. So now, let's clean off this table here and I'll show you what I did. I'll just move the drawbar. Move these 2 pieces of scrap. Move my 2 brackets. Put my clamps over here. Magnets, attach them to the drawbar. All right. Now, let's go ahead and get you on the bench. All right. All right, so my old cuts, my old lines, we're using this middle one. So we're going to carry this line over to here in the middle of the barrel where the top link is going to be. And from the looks of it, this old mold line pretty much should give us, I didn't even plan that, it pretty much should give us enough clearance to be able to do what I want to do with this top link without hacking the whole top of the barrel off. So I'm just going to take a cutting wheel. I'm going to go ahead and open this up, cut this stuff off, and we'll give it another test fit. Let's see. No, marker's in my pocket. So cut right along there. Adding more weight to the barrel. So what we're going to do, is, I'm running out of extension cords. Alright, I don't think you're long enough. No, you're not. I'm not welding yet, so I will use you. How about I put an actual cutting wheel on it? Not a grinding wheel. Aside from the fact that it smells like burning plastic, it reminds me, I don't know if you guys remember when going as a kid, I don't know if they still have them or not, like going to like Disney, or going to, I think it was Disney, or maybe one of the zoos down there. I don't know how many zoos had them. Actually, it was a zoo, because it was animals, and you would put money in a machine, and it would make hot wax molds of the animals that you see at the exhibit. And that smell of the melting plastic actually reminds me of that. I know, weird, right? And I meant me. Alright, so here's our cut. That'll be for the top link. The cement will pretty much go almost up to that. At least this way I can start off with a few hundred pounds. I could start off with like 300 or 400 pounds. And then I can add more to it, because I don't want to go ahead and throw all bags in there when I do get them, because I'll pick them up next weekend and then all of a sudden realize that I've got too much weight, because I don't want to be pulling the front wheels off the ground. And I don't know, and I think filling this thing up with about 900 pounds of cement is going to be overkill. Most likely it will be overkill. It is only a CX 2510. Loader capacity is only about just over 1,000 pounds or so on the front end loader. In the catalog book, I tried to figure out, in the catalog book, the owner's manual, I tried to look up and see what it would be, but all it says was use enough counterweight for the job, to get the job done. It didn't actually give you a number, because the only other things they told you was to use wheel weights, which you can't use a wheel weight on a CX 2510 because the wheels aren't made to have wheel weights adapted to them, unless you start making custom weights that use the lug nuts as the mounting source. Because the other tractors have holes through the wheels. These ones do not. So, as you can see, you can't put wheel weights on this tractor. So now I'm going to do a quick mock-up, and sounds like my guests just came back, so I'm assuming they're going to pop their heads in here because they want to test drive the tractor. So I'm going to do a mock-up, and I will see you guys in the next clip. Okay, so this is pretty much how my setup is going to end up looking like. Once it's inside the barrel, I'm going to take another shot at that. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and throw some tack welds. Well, set it up like this and throw some tacks on it to hold it in place. That way, figure out if that is exactly how I want it set up in there. This is just a mock-up. I'm using the bar, the small category 0 bar for. So this should work the way that I'm thinking, I'm hoping. And with an 18-inch clearance, I had to cut the barrel a little bit deeper than I wanted to originally. But that's going to allow me to at least pick the barrel up. It's going to at least allow me to pick the barrel up as high as I need it to be for driving out in the woods to be able to clear rocks, stumps, crap like that. So sacrificing the top third of the barrel isn't so much of a big deal. If need be, I can always just build a plug. I could just build a U-channel around here. That would go, sorry, I'm not even looking at it. The U-channel around here, that would go all the way out to here, and then I could still fill it up with cement if I need to add more weight. Or just make a U-channel and just add weight with like chains and crap on it. So it'll still work out just fine. But at least this way I can pick it up and maximize the height of it without having the barrel drag across the floor, rocks, ground, stumps, whatever. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get this inside. Sorry, I'm not actually filming it all, but I've got no way of suspending my tablet, since that's what I'm using. I'm not using a GoPro or anything. I'm using a tablet above my head so that you can actually see me work inside of the barrel. But I will go ahead and do what I can so you guys can at least see the pictures. So I will be back in the next clip, and see you then. So here I am with my progress report. I got sidetracked. My guests wanted to take a ride on the tractor, so I brought them out for a ride on the tractor. So here's what I got so far. We've got everything welded up, tacked in. And now we're going to go ahead and I'm going to check the height and clearance, make sure I got enough of the barrel cut so that the arm can move freely, and we will see how it goes. Alright, so what I was doing there is just making sure, measuring this height and where I want to have it. I'm looking to be at the most, I can get 16 inches of clearance in the back, 13 inches of clearance in the front. Let's flip you around here. I've got the slot cut out for the top link, because I was, like I said, I was trying to keep adding more trash too. Keep everything around to the 18 inches. So my top link fits good. I got enough space here to max out the height of the tractor. Of the PTO lift, just in case. PTO lift, 3-point. Just in case. Got enough clearance for the bar. So now it's just a case of centering the bar in the barrel. And now I'm going to work on drawing up where the center line is so that I can make provisions to put in a 2-inch receiver. And now all I'm trying to do is I'm going to use this piece of angle iron just to try to draw a center line. That way I can at least give a rough estimate on where the center of the barrel is. It's kind of difficult to eyeball because the barrel is oval shaped, because it was laying on its side for, I couldn't even tell you how many years. So it's got a permanent oval shape in it, which is throwing my eyeballing off, even though I'm blind, so it's Not like I'm just finding an excuse. So I am not too sure. I want to put this above towards the middle, or if I want to sink it down below. Not too sure yet. Where? Hey, more guests have arrived. I'll be back. So I'm probably going to have to finish this up tomorrow.
Which one are they connecting to?
Which one?
Well, Nectar 37, 37 Almond, Nectar Guest, M2000B.
Guest is the same internet, it's just no password. Almonds and the regular Netgear is the normal internet. I told him, I warned him, it may not work. The internet's garbage everywhere.
Yeah, I know.
You only have so many things attached to the internet at the same time anyways. Yeah. It's unlike the good internet you guys have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's so good I can shut you off.
Mr. and Mrs. Gig Speed.
Hey, you know?
Oh, so let's see. Do I want to have this? How high do I want to put this receiver? I probably want to put the receiver down low. Maybe right in the middle. Or right on the lower half. So do it on the lower half. At least when I raise it up, if I do it on the lower half, at least if I raise it up, it's not going to have the trailer hitch being this high. Well, we'll see, actually. Let me check that. Bottom of the barrel. so that's centered. Yeah, that's exactly where I'm going to have to do it. So, go back to, where's my step drills? The guests coming over for dinner. We shall be having dinner. Well, they're already here for Mother's Day, so we shall be having dinner in a few. So I'm going to get this drilled, and then I'm going to end up calling it a day. Go spend some time with family, drink some beer, pray that the rat eats all the poison I put out there, and figure out where the hell I put my drill. There it is. Shit hurts when it whips you. Ow. Ow. That hurts. Let's do a couple more. we go. Go ahead. There. Then I got the 2-inch receiver in there. I'll go ahead and it'll probably stick out about this far. Picked this up at Tractor Supply as well. I'll put some angle iron on it, brace the inside of it, so at least it comes out, you know, level. Probably put some angle iron feet on it, and I also want to weld the backside closed so that the cement and stuff doesn't come through. That way it's just a hollow tube. And yeah, that's going to be it. So I think I am done for the day, and I will go ahead and let's see, will I go back to work? I go back to my regular job Monday? Yes, Monday. So I will be down here tomorrow working. Happy early Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. And I'm going to go get myself cleaned up. Family is here. Again, distractions. So, but I forgot what I was saying. I was saying goodbye. Yes, okay. So, I will see you later. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. And I'll be back down here tomorrow to continue. Hey guys, it's been a while since I have actually shot a video or have had time to shoot a video or an update or anything of these sorts, and I apologize for that. But unfortunately, real life has come into play, and between work and then sickness and then injury and then work and then family things and missing work, yeah, a lot's happened. COVID, I'll blame COVID. Everything can be blamed on COVID. Just because. Anyways, this is a follow-up because I've already finished this project that I started back on Mother's Day, actually. This is to follow up in the video I was making about doing the rear counterweight for my tractor. Because the rear end of the tractor, even though I have the fluid-filled tires, is just a little too much on the light end for me to be able to lift to the full capacity of what the loader is rated for. And it just adds for a little more stability in the ground, well, not in the ground, but while driving around on uneven terrain, to be able to have my counterweight that I can adjust the height to adjust my center of gravity. Gives me a little more stability, because there's a couple of times, yeah, I've gotten off the tractor and this thing is bouncing on the front axle. That's not good. So anyways, you notice, unlike in the other ones, I've got this going on. I got some more gray. But anywho, this is about my counterweight. So, let me flip this video around right now. If you guys remember, I started working on this counterweight back on Mother's Day. Let me see if I can at least get the light on here. And it is now finished. The approximate weight of this finished unit is about 755 to 775. I rounded up to about 800 pounds. Just because I never took into account the amount of steel I actually put inside of this before I filled it with cement. It's been outside for a while, since you can see the shit all on top of it. But aside from that, I ended up getting buying steel brackets, making my own, and welding together my own, which you saw in the previous video. I got the steel bars in here so I can pick it up with a set of forks if need be and just move it around without hooking it up. I included a trailer hitch as well so I could put a ball on it and pull trailers, hook up a winch, and get myself out of a jam if need be. So this is the finished product. It's been months in the making for me to try to give an update for the end of that video, and this is that update. It took me about a weekend to do, and it realistically probably cost me probably about a couple $100. I went to Tractor Supply, get all the steel bars I've actually had laying around in the basement, but I went out and bought the trailer hitch adapter. I got the 4 receiver, 14 or 16 inch receiver, welded stuff onto that to, for something for the cement to be able to grab. Put the tri-ball on there. That is welded to to this part here, which is welded below the cement to these here. These I also picked up at Tractor Supply. They're stabilizer links, stabilizers. They go from, hold on, I'm going to make you do this one more time. They allow for you to go from your down here to allow for a solid link up to wherever the heck you're going to end up putting it. They're wherever on this 3-point hitch you would end up putting it. To the top or implement to be able to stabilize everything and not have it rattle around. I cut that in half, filled this with a bunch of random stuff as well, and for a little added extra off my Cub Cadet, I threw my old tire chains in here and draped my tire chains over in like a tent or teepee fashion around it so that would actually kind of, I don't know, give cement something else to grab onto. So that's pretty much it. That's the end of this video for that part. Sorry it's taken months and months to be able to go ahead and try to get something like that out. Just life has happened. And, well, real life comes first before making videos. Now, hopefully this winter I can go ahead and get some videos of me out there clearing the snow and doing some burning, since I've been doing some brushing and tree cutting with this thing. Doing some burning, and yeah, hopefully I can at least get some out as often as I can. Aside from that, hope you guys enjoy. It is almost Christmas now. Yes, it's between Mother's Day and Christmas for me to complete this video. It's almost Christmas, so if I don't put out another video before then, Merry Christmas to everybody. Happy New Year. Hopefully 2022 comes in a hell of a lot better than 2021 did, or the way 2020 finished. So anyways, yeah, that's it. I'm going to be in the garage today doing a few things, working on a couple of videos, and that's going to be it. Got to take the mower deck off of this thing, put the plow on it, and then I got to rip this thing apart and replace the bearings for the auger. Bearings, belts, I got to gut it. I broke it. Pieces, belts in pieces, bearings in pieces, bearing holders cracked, so I got to repair that crap. Anyways, yeah, peace out, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.